Gun-toting, Bible-reading, God-believing, truth-speaking American. This MAGA season, Democrats committing treason. I know they think it's sweet, but you don't know who you dealing with. This for free thinkers only. You ain't got no membership. They free. General Flint out the cage, cause he innocent. Barton Roger Stone, cause the run know that he innocent. We need to kick out every single illegal immigrant. Mandatory voter ID laws we need to implement. Tell Jussie Smollett that I know this MAGA country. Tell China we know they tryna play us like some dummies. I looked deep into it and I did the math. Why did Obama send money to that Wuhan lab? What is George Soros doing with all of his cash? Why did China take that Harvard guy and drop him a bag? Why is there so much propaganda? Funny you ask. How about that Bill Gates vaccine? Now, sorry I'll pass, cause I'm a gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Cause I'm really Navy faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it. Gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Cause I'm really Navy faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it.
I am Samuel Chase, signer of the Declaration, voice of the people, and, some said, fiery orator of Maryland. The British taxed us without our say. I saw firsthand how Parliament twisted power into profit. Corruption had become the art of British rule. I no longer held the least hope in their wisdom or virtue. I declared our only reliance must be on God and ourselves. So I led protests in Annapolis, rallied tradesmen and farmers, and saw to it that no paper was sold under that cursed Stamp Act. When the call for independence came, Maryland hesitated. I rode to every county, stirred the hearts of men, and returned with full authority to cast our vote for liberty. I signed the Declaration, and years later stood trial myself for speaking too boldly as a judge. But I never bowed, and I never will. Let that be your inheritance.
Hello, Jimmy. We are live. We're back.
For this week. For this week.
Temporarily.
No, yeah, I guess Ruby put out a post last week saying we were going to take a holiday break. And then she texted me, yesterday or the day before, said that you might be able to go on tonight.
Yeah.
So I started getting some ideas and started looking at some things, getting back on track, staying up with stuff. And I texted Ruby. I said, Ruby, are we still going on tonight? She's like, oh, no, I'll just make a post on Facebook. I'm like, so we're not going on? She's like, well, if you've got something to say, we'll go live.
Unless you really want to, because I was thinking I mean, it'll be way too short to say that we're going to take a holiday break. So I might as well just make a post. But if you actually want to come on here, or if anybody else wants to join us and, at least stay for till 10, at least, so that we can,
Yeah. Because I've got to be, this is enrollment season for my job. So I got to be at a company at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, this show's maybe 10 o'clock. Maybe we'll see how it goes. But I think I guess, what's your work schedule look like now on Tuesdays, and what's it going to look like?
Exactly. So it is going to change every other week because it's a seasonal position for the holidays. So that's why I was thinking a holiday break would be great for everyone. Since it's going to get hectic. I'm trying to prepare myself, and then I'm working nights up until maybe the first or second week of January. So after I know for sure, once I get a concrete schedule, or if they just say, thank you for helping us in the season, have a good night, we're not gonna hire you on, then I'll be free again every Tuesday. So we'll see.
Okay, so I guess we can go ahead and announce that we're not going to be on next week for Christmas week, and we won't be on for New Year's, right?
Right. So that's the holidays where it's going to get crazy. Like, I could already tell. I mean, I wasn't even ready for Thanksgiving. So, and then I got sick, and I wanted to do a live stream for Thanksgiving, and I couldn't even do that. So I already know that it's going to be way too much to jam everything together, especially with the because I don't even go to sleep until 2 a.m. sometimes. So I was like, you know what? I think we should take a break for the holidays and then come back maybe mid-January or like the end of January. So it's still up in the air. Okay.
All right. So we're letting you folks know this because I get messages. Jimmy, are y'all going on tonight? I really do appreciate, the loyal viewers that we do have. You guys are awesome. Thanks for staying with us and being engaged with us. We really do appreciate it. But we did want to let you guys know that, it's going to be a little bit of a break because of Ruby's work schedule. And when we come back, we are going to title it Season 3.
Yes.
Because I didn't realize this was our 15th episode since September. So...
Exactly. And that was okay. So, we've been streaming this type. I started this show, was it like the end of 2024 almost? So it's been a whole year. And then 2025 was kind of like my second year. So now the new year, I'm not keeping track with the years that I'm technically streaming, but since it is a new year, I want another clean slate. It will be like a great time to just put Season 3, 2026.
Yeah, I think that'd be good too, because I have started getting back and following up and listening to my sources, listening to some information. And there's a lot of crap going on. There's a whole lot of crap going on. That's why I said we need to talk tonight briefly, because I know as it moves along and when we get to mid-January, there's going to be a lot of stuff popping off. So we'll talk about that in a second.
There already is a lot of stuff popping off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I haven't had the time to watch the people who like comment on this type of stuff, like the whole thing with Candace Owens, Erica Kirk. I know that the internet is going crazy with that, but I genuinely want to know what's going on.
Yeah, this stuff with Candace and Erica. Sorry, for me, I just look at it as soap opera fodder. That's all I see this as. Because in the grand scheme of things, this little thing that they've got going on or whatever isn't going to fucking matter. In my opinion.
Well, okay, but it kind of does, because I hate when they try to silence the person who's trying to get to the truth. And I've been on this topic a little bit about being truth seekers.
Right.
We should be, it doesn't matter whose side, but it should be on the side of truth. And if Candace is the only one out here looking into the details of what really happened, then why are people trying to shut her down and calling her names and trying to ruin her?
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but that goes back to the way I feel about before the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened. I had my doubts, and I was very wishy-washy about Candace.
Mhm.
I still am to an extent. I think we might be. I think we might be being played here. We'll see. I don't know. I think we're being played with Candace.
By who or
with
by
Candace.
what?
With Candace.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I saw a comedian
Mhm.
on X, and I think there was a picture too. Had they were at some gathering just here recently, and had Erica Kirk, Candace Owens, and Megyn Kelly all arm in arm, hugging each other, taking a nice big old picture.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, okay.
I know, but the caption was pretty much they're all in on it, is what it said. So
I understand that. But okay, let's just remember that they're human just like us. And
Right.
when you're having internet beef, you're not going to be the same way you are in person. You're going to be one of the most polite people to each other in person. And this is politics. So remember that as well. Everybody is playing a part in these politics, and they all have careers and shows of their own to manage. So of course, when they see each other in person, it's not going to be WWE out there. They're going to be the most polite people, and they're going to smile in each other's faces and give hugs, because that's how politics slithers. They are snakes without wanting to be. They just are.
Yeah.
That happens everywhere.
I just also think that how we saw the exposure of the left and the left-wing influencers and all that. I think we're starting to see that happen on the right. I warned folks that this was going to happen about wait till the right starts getting exposed. And so there's a lot of people on the right being exposed, and some of the influencers now that lean right, like Candace, and what's his name? Your buddy, Nick Fuentes.
I don't even watch him like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, the people who are looking for the truth. So despite what Nick has ever said or done, what is his true message? What is Candace's true message? And if it's about finding the truth, then I'm on that person's side.
I'm on board finding truth completely.
Yeah,
so
as long as we're getting to the fact, because I don't want drama. I mean, if anybody knows the recent interview that I did with Quinn, right, then people would know kind of my position on certain things, because like I said, it doesn't matter what community you are in, especially in politics, how dirty, how corrupt, how fake these people are. So when you find someone who is at least looking for the truth, as slimy as they may or may not be, I want to be on that boat. I want to be on the wave of truth and find at least something. If we could find something about Charlie in regards to Candace, then at least she did something good, whether you like her or not. At least she uncovered some type of corruption, and people should be held accountable for that. That's what we want. That's all we want.
Yeah, I agree with that. We want the truth, and I've got to employ what I tell everybody else too, is we got to keep an open mind about everything, because there's so much on the daggone table and so much being played out right now. It's confusing, and I think that's what's happened to me personally over the last month and a half, though, because there was just so much going on. I didn't know, all right, what's going on here? Well, how does this play in? And I wasn't keeping up with everything, so I was just kind of like, I was kind of winging it. But like I said, I started watching my sources last night, and oh my god. So, yeah, y'all get prepared, because I've got to take notes and everything. And so when January rolls around and we're back, we're going to have a lot to talk about. I want to address a comment real quick. Dallas, my biological uncle's wife just died. I'm grieving up. Dallas, we are sorry to hear the loss in your family. Our prayers go out to you, buddy.
Oh, Dallas, sorry.
Yeah. So if y'all have noticed, y'all kind of see a different background here with me. I'm not in the shed tonight, or not in the cage tonight.
It's winter time, and I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it's cold.
Do you know why I'm not in the cage? Because it's like 28 degrees and I have no propane.
Oh man.
Now, if I would have had my propane, I would have been out there. And, you know, depending on how long this show goes, y'all might see me bundle up and take my little happy ass out there so I can go smoke a cigarette. Because I can't.
I'm so used to seeing you outside that when I actually saw you inside, it felt like, ooh, so official and proper. Like you were ready to talk about something tonight.
Yeah, I've got my computer here, and I can actually see comments. I can interact with people. Dang, I really I just can't smoke inside the house, and I like going out and smoking.
I know.
All right, so is it okay that we can tell people what I was working on, the fun part, before we get into the meteor?
Of course. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
So go to my YouTube page. We got to do this. So y'all know that if you're a YouTube subscriber, you know I've been posting a lot of freaking songs that I've made with the help of AI, and it's been a lot of fun. I've actually had a creator's block over the last 5 days because I haven't made any new ones, but I did one for the show and I sent it to Ruby, and Ruby's like, Jimmy, I want it spicier. So
definitely. You have to go a little bit more on the edge. Like you do play it safe, Jimmy, and I noticed that you play a lot of things very safely. But I don't. And if you've been watching this show for a very long time, you know I could care less. So we need to go a little bit closer to the edge.
Oh yeah, well, you know me, y'all know when I go off on something because I'll go on a rant.
No, I know, but like even with the song, it's like I want you to describe the essence of the UPC, and majority of that is going off the wall. When I say, a lot of political things that are considered, a little bit too far right. So you need to go on that edge.
So I wanted Ruby to play this for you guys this evening in case you haven't heard it. But this was my first idea. This is not going to be the official song because Ruby has to send me some ideas on what she wants me to say so I can plug them in. But I wanted to play it for you guys, see what y'all think, and let y'all know this is the route we're going to take with a new song.
Yeah, because I want to create this as like a mid-roll. Like after we do the news type of stuff and then we kind of go into the conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I want at least a minute and a half of a song with some edit in the background of us on the show saying stuff.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's going to be okay. I can't do all that. I can create the song. We'll have to maybe employ John or maybe send you the song, and can you do all that stuff?
Definitely. Of course. Yeah, send me the song, and then I will incorporate a few edits of our own.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I want more. I want a little bit.
Okay.
I want a little bit crazy. Okay.
All right.
So what's it called? I'm on your channel now.
It should be the very first one.
For all of my true fellow digital soldiers?
No, go. It should say crap. Hold on. Let me look at my channel. View your channel. See, I have to be on the computer. I'm not dead. The one that says possible song for the unrelenting political corner.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
Turn the cameras on, we're going live tonight. Puerto Rican fire and Italian fight. We're diving deep where the rabbits run. Politics, aliens, everything under the sun. Deep state secrets and the flat earth claims. Corruption burning in the system's flames. They say we're crazy, say we've gone too far, but we're just truth seekers beneath the stars. They laugh, they mock, they think we're insane. But their hatred fuels this runaway train. This is the UPC, unapologetically we speak our minds, yeah, we're breaking free. Leave your feelings at the door tonight. We're not here to dim our light. Call us extreme, say what you want to say, but you're the reason we do this every day. This is our call and this is our stand. The UPC, we're taking back the land. From conspiracy theories to the lies they spin, we pull the thread to see what's deep within. Two voices loud in a censored world, our flag of freedom's unfurled. They try to silence what they cannot break, but every insult's just another stake. Driven deeper in the ground, we claim you lit the match. Now we're the flame. They hate us good, that means we're close to the truth that they fear the most. This is the UPC. Unapologetically, we speak our minds. Yeah, we're breaking free. Leave your feelings at the door tonight. We're not here to dim our light. Call us extreme, say what you want to say, but you're the reason we do this every day. This is our call and this is our stand. The UPC, we're taking back the land. To our fans who had to die with us, you're the ones we really trust. Through the static and the noise, you hear our authentic voice. And to the haters in the back row screaming, you're the reason we believe in everything we're fighting for. You just made us want it more. This is the UPC. Unapologetically, we speak our minds. Yeah, we're breaking free. Leave your feelings at the door tonight. We're not here to dim our light. Call us extreme, say what you want to say, but you're the reason we do this every day. This is our call and this is our stand. The UPC, we're taking back the land. Yeah, we'll keep talking till we're done. This war of words is just begun. Puerto Rican Spitfire, Italian soul. The UPC is in control. So watch us now, or get out the way. The UPC is here to stay.
So we may be gone for 3 or 4 weeks, but we are coming back.
Yeah, I love the beat. The beat is on point. I love it. It brings up my energy. Like, I'm excited. I want more. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect song for that mid section when we go like an hour, 2 hours, and then we need a little break, bathroom break or whatever. And then I'm gonna send you more lyrics in. Like, I like the references to freedom. Like, I do want a little bit more patriotic lyrics. I want America first ideology in there, and then I kind of want like just like things that I've said on the show that are kind of crazy.
You send me whatever you wanted to say in there, and I can incorporate it in there. Now, the songs usually run about 3.5, 4 minutes to 5 minutes, depends on how many lyrics and stuff's in there. So we can play with that. So, but yeah, send it to me. I'll have time. Send it to me.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna plan. And if you guys in the chat, if you have any lyric that you would like to submit, please let me know. Put it in parentheses or something. And I want to hear what other people have. If you have any ideas of any type of lyrics, let me know. Email me, comment, something. Because I was thinking more of like, you know, how people have told me that they don't like me, or when they try to derail the show, you know, something like that, and how I responded to that. I kind of want to describe that energy along with the UPC. Like, this is a moment of strength. It's it's out there, it's outlandish, it's wild, but I want that patriotism entangled into that craziness.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like I like how you say, you know, we're not going anywhere, like that type of strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not easily dismissed, you know, nothing really offends me. And, you know, I will never vote for a woman. You know, something like that. Something stupid like that.
Well, it's amazing because and that's the reason why some of those lyrics were in there about our haters, because there are individuals out there who thought that this show was going to die back in June and July. And yeah, that's not happening, folks.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people also thought that the reason why I took season 1 completely off of my channel was maybe because I was ashamed of it or embarrassed or as if I was never coming back. And if they and you know, you would know that that's false if you actually watched the show and heard my real explanation of why I did that and what it meant and what it meant for me to change the name to start over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will never be embarrassed by the things said or done here. I will never apologize for anything that I've ever said. So I want that essence captured in the song.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. And if we have to, we can crank up the beat to it. I can put black metal or new metal. I can mix it rap and rock. I can come up with several ways to do it. So you send me the lyrics and we'll do that. Hey, what is my if you go to my X, what's my username on X? The @ symbol and then something else. I'm trying to log into X on my computer, which I've never done.
You don't know your username?
I know it's JS Bell 1973, but I put that in there and it didn't accept it.
Yeah, that's it. That's your
capital
page.
Capital J, capital S, capital B.
ELL 1973. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was. Let's see. Next. Incorrect. Please try again. I don't know. Okay. Oh, well, I ain't going to be able to get into my X feed then on the computer. Sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
That sucks.
They don't take you off of X too.
I'll have to play with that. Okay. So, all right. So these were a few things that I did come across that I wanted to address this evening. The first one, Rob Reiner. I want to talk about that dude for a second.
He was recently murdered, right? Is he like a
allegedly? I'm just saying, allegedly he's been murdered. There's been no pictures. There's been nothing else. There's been nothing come out on it, but allegedly that's what has happened. Like,
okay, so he
is. What?
I don't know who he is. So if you could give a quick introduction, like who is that? Why is it making news?
All right, Rob Reiner, he actually starred in the show All in the Family. He was the son-in-law to Archie Bunker in the show. He's also directed and produced a lot of movies back in the 80s and 90s. Big Hollywood presence. Has his home in Brentwood, California. The same area that O.J. Simpson was from. So he has ties to a lot of stuff. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because there's a lot of people out there that are pissed off because of a blues song. We could do a blues. Sorry. I'll come back to that. This is why I don't look at the chat while we're on the.
Then don't look at the chat. Don't distract yourself.
Oh my God. But anyway, there's a lot of people that are upset because of what Trump put out on his Truth Social about the guy. Did you read what Trump said?
Yes, I did. But it's typical Trump. Like, how could you get upset if we know who Trump is and how he talks. So don't get upset when he starts, I wouldn't say making fun of the guy, but he was just being, he wasn't being serious about his death, basically.
But here's the thing: everything that Trump said in the Truth wasn't a lie. None of it was a lie. Everything he said was true. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Even
kind of inappropriate to say something like that about somebody that's just been murked. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
well,
talks like that in a
so,
serious moment?
I'm kind of torn on this because we have said before that you don't make fun of anybody that has a difference of opinion than you do, and you get killed, and they get killed. Okay, any
Right.
loss of life is horrible. Now, at the
Mhm.
beginning of his truth, he said a horrible thing happened in Hollywood. Then he goes on what else he said, and at the end he says, "May Rob and Michelle rest in peace." All right, so he didn't degrade them in that way. Um, but like you said, Trump is Trump. He's going to say what he wants to say, and if the shoe was on the other foot, and the libs and these crazy people are coming out right now, if it was Trump that this happened to, oh my God, they would have been celebrating in the streets.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is, like they did with Charlie Kirk.
Mhm.
They were saying the next one needed to be Matt Walsh, and so they celebrate death, and we don't want to do that. In the meantime, though, this is where I'm torn on it, because Rob Reiner, for the past 9 years, has consistently been on Twitter/X disparaging the president. 100%. He has every freedom of speech right to do that. But he's also been promoting a lot of these conspiracies that weren't true, like the Russia thing. He actually is on a board. Oh God, the name of the little thing they were doing was checking corruption on Russian collusion. There was some little committee or something he started, some little nonprofit organization, but on that board of that little thing that he started was James Clapper, Mike Morrell, oh God, the other general. Oh, I can't remember his name. But there was 3 CIA linked generals and politicians that were on the board with Rob Reiner. And these were the guys that were formulating the whole Russia thing.
So
They,
you're thinking he was in on it, like he
oh yeah,
was.
he was part of it. He was part of it.
Okay.
So knowing Trump knows that stuff. We in the public don't know that unless you're doing the research and looking up this stuff. So there's a reason why he said what he said in that truth about him having TDS, because
Yes, right. Yes, correct. But the point is, it is inappropriate to say something like that along the same lines of being sorry for his passing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a right place and a time for everything. But if you're gonna include, oh, sorry, sorry for your loss, but he was a douche. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so inappropriate to put the two things together, even if it may be true.
I've gotten to the point, Ruby, right now where I don't have a problem with it, because these people need to be called out. He was a douche. He was an
I get that, but I think that's also another problem, is that things have gotten so bad in this country in so many aspects of culture, society, manners. It's just so many things that people are going to start not caring about
there's another aspect of this story, and let me see if I can find it real quick. What was that? Al. Oh, it was what was that senator? Al Franken. Al Franken at Rob Reiner roast.
Oh, and the whole rabbit hole started to open up for me when Michelle Obama said that she was supposed to be meeting with him that night that he was allegedly murdered. And I was thinking, why say something like that? I mean, even if it was true, that would start fueling so many theories. If I was her, I would have just kept that to myself.
Okay.
But she volunteered that information, and I thought that was a little wild.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was coincidental too. Go to YouTube and type in Al Franken, Fraken, because there's another avenue to this whole Rob Reiner thing.
Al Franken.
Fraken at Rob Reiner Roast. And you should see a picture of Al Franken, and the title that I had come, it was called Busted. Al Franken cracks jokes about Rob Reiner's father.
Cracks jokes about.
Oh no. You just put in Al Franken at Rob Reiner Roast and hit search.
Oh, wow.
Play
I think
that.
I found.
Yeah, let me see it. Let me put you when you got.
Okay, so let's see. Oh gosh, I hate when stuff gets like this. Okay, so it says busted. Cracks jokes about Rob Reiner's father. Okay.
Play that.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
See, as a baby, Rob was routinely beaten by his father, Carl. On a typical night, Carl would slip into Rob's bed, roll him over, swab him down, and say something like, "I'm thinking about hiring Maury Amsterdam to play Buddy Sorrell. What do you think?" Well, the success of the Dick Van Dyke Show changed things dramatically. Carl started inviting many of his famous friends to son.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
Was there anything freaking funny about that at all?
Absolutely not. And I hate when stuff like this happens because that wasn't funny and nobody stands up and says that was inappropriate. That's not like, am I hearing the same thing you're hearing?
Yeah, see, this is one of the things that these people do is they go on their little award show or their roast stuff and they say truth, but they disguise it as comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the crowd just laughing, and you look at the expression on Rob Reiner's face when he was talking about some of that stuff, and he was not digging what was being said.
And they do it anyways. Why? Like, why do these people do
Well, again, they've got to put the truth out there somehow. They got to get it out there and, tell the people without telling the people. So there's okay, now go to my X feed since I can't go there. And I just wanted to bring this up because this is going to lead into some other stuff that's coming out.
It always does. And I hate when this happens because it's like we're going down that rabbit hole and I go unwillingly every single time. Like without my consent, I go there.
This is where I pick you up and I throw you in the rabbit hole.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to go there, but I always get there.
Well, if we're gonna be no holds barred on the UPC, we got to go there.
Oh Lord. Okay, so this is your page, Jimmy.
All right. So, I can actually see.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I can. So, it's behind a little bit. It's one I reposted that Ariel put out.
Okay, what the heck? How do I go back?
Yeah, where are you at?
I got this all over again. I'm sorry. It's because this Twitter is in white, and I usually use Twitter in dark mode, so I feel like I don't even know I'm using the same platform because it's not dark mode.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is your page, and you're heading. The world is about to change.
Yes. So scroll down, and I just posted it like this evening. I just reposted it. It's the one. Go back where it says. No, that's the deaths. No, keep scrolling down. That's the death. That's the recent deaths. And yeah, we'll come back to that if you want to. Red Pill Drifter. No, that's not the one.
From Julie Donuts.
Okay, so yeah, let's stop there. It says Rob worked with. Okay, so this is go on to what I said a second ago. Scroll down where I can read the caption for you. Right there. Rob worked with James Clapper and John Brennan. I can't read it no more. To help overthrow the United States government. He's also a pedophile, satanic rituals, and abused children. One sick club, one less demon. Okay, that came out from Julie Donuts. Scroll down till we get to the one from Ariel that I reposted. There's a reason.
Okay, right here.
Okay, yeah. And come on, catch up, computer. Okay, yeah, that's the one. So, can you hit show more? Yeah, I'll read it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't move yet. There will be no rest in peace on this channel. This is for the snowflakes. Rob Reiner. Okay, so if you know Ariel, he's straightforward. He doesn't hold no punches, so don't get offended. Rob Reiner was a fat, smug Hollywood parasite who lectured America on morality while his drug-addicted son, Nick, festered in the streets like trash. That same worthless spawn ended up butchering him and his wife in their own bed, proving blood doesn't lie when it comes to raising monsters. Reiner virtue signaled about saving children with his BS Proposition 10 cash grab, yet he funneled millions into shady profits that trafficked vulnerable kids straight to elite pedophile parties. This hypothetical pig built his saintly image on the raped futures of foster youth he pretended to care about. He knew casting predator Brian Peck was ass-raping teenage boys on sets tied to his projects, but Reiner buried the reports and paid hush money to keep the filth flowing. This gutless coward chose movie profits over stopping a child molester who went on to destroy more innocent lives. Reiner hosted mentorship sessions in his mansion where desperate runaways got groomed and passed around like meat to his sick industry friends. This perverted enabler jerked off his ego while watching vulnerable teens get broken for Hollywood's endless hunger. He screamed about Trump being evil every day on Twitter, poisoning millions with his deranged hate, all while his own family rotted from addiction and rage. This unhinged lunatic projected his inner demons onto half of the country because he couldn't face his own failures. Reiner shielded convicted pedophile by staying silent and aligning with their defenders, trading children's screams for career favors and green lights. This vile traitor sold out every abused kid in the industry just to keep his Castle Rock, very important to remember that, throne warm. He exploited his son's heroin hell for a pathetic movie called Being Charlie, milking family agony for award season tears without ever fixing the rot. This narcissistic ghoul turned his child's destruction into box office bait like the soulless vampire he was. Do you need me to keep going? Reiner diverted children welfare funds to trafficking fronts ran by his cronies, ignoring every warning because exposing it would tarnish his fake hero glow. This greedy bastard sacrificed dozens of at-risk kids on the altar of his bloated public image. He backed Me Too loudly while covering for directors who raped underage extras on sets he controlled or profited from. This two-faced rapist apologist picked adult predators over bleeding children every single time. All right, I could go on, but you get the idea. This guy was sick. He's a sick, sick man. And if you go back to what Al Franken was saying at that roast, oh, his daddy did this to him, and they lined it up to where other industry friends could come in and do it to him. Isn't that the pattern that we see when children are abused at a young age and then groomed to be the same type of evil monster that harm them? We see that.
Yeah. Right.
And
But you see, with these types of posts, I wish they had the receipts, the
well,
sources, or the
this,
connection
here's the thing.
shown.
Here's the thing I learned about Ariel. Ariel hasn't posted anything that he doesn't have backup on.
Right.
And
I like it too. Yeah.
yeah, and if so, by just looking at what Al Franken said, knowing that the only way to become successful in Hollywood is you pretty much have to sell your soul. Rob Reiner did that. And then you look at the connection of Rob Reiner hooking up with James Clapper and those CIA operatives that were conducting, attacks against Trump because of Russia, which we found out was fake as hell, like we tried to tell everybody. So maybe Trump wasn't perfect in his truth, but let's just say he could have said a lot more. He was holding back with
the truth will always come out. It's just that when it does, I want to see those receipts. Every single claim that he made against this man.
Yeah.
We need to see the proof, the connections, everything that he mentioned about the trafficking, the connections in Hollywood. I'm not saying that he's lying, and I'm not doubting it, because I very much believe that those things happen. But if we're going to talk about a dead man who can't defend himself, at least provide those receipts.
Did you ever watch Out of Shadows?
No.
You need to watch that while we're on break. Now, I know that's not the rabbit hole. It's called Out of Shadows. You need to watch it. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
Because it talks about the trafficking in Hollywood and things like that. And they bring the receipts in this.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. If that's the case, I want to see everything that brings those receipts.
Out of Shadows was like the second or third video that I watched in March of 2020 that, propelled my waking up process. It was like one of the very first ones I watched. So, because we know this crap goes on in Hollywood. Now, the weird thing is there's supposed to be some Epstein information released on the 19th. We'll see how that goes. I told y'all before that we're not done with the Epstein stuff. There's going to be more about it. So there's supposed to be some stuff come out on the 19th. And then over on my X page, you saw those list of names. Just here in the last week, there's been like 7 or 8 Hollywood people / influencers that have just up and died.
Well, their time is up. Their time is up. I mean, you could only do evil for so long until things start happening, and then they're gonna blame it on people that I mean I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I don't believe everything that they say, and I don't believe these tweets if it's not accompanied with those receipts. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to dig a little bit deeper, even though it's kind of disgusting. But I have to dig deeper for me to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe what they're saying about this guy is true. And you just have to dig deeper.
Oh, you definitely have to dig deeper. I was looking at here. I always get to the Hollywood Project. Good chance of success. Was the original meathead. I wonder about son, why he snapped.
And that's another point, is that these CIA feds or psyops or whatever, they prey on people like of that nature because they know that they can control them.
Absolutely.
And with that pervertedness, in my opinion, it's a mental illness. And if they can manipulate that illness to their benefit, those are the exact people who they want as their lab rats to do their bidding.
When I've told folks that there's going to be a lot more stuff that comes out and it's going to be very difficult to believe and understand, this is part of it. And I know this is a subject that a lot of people just want to turn their heads, not listen to it because it's uncomfortable. For a normal human being, we don't operate in that space, so it's hard for us to understand how can people be so evil to do what they're doing to kids and others. But folks, I'm telling you right now, you need to go down these rabbit holes and learn about this stuff because it's going to play a huge factor in disclosure. When stuff comes out, this is going to be a huge issue when that happens. And the reason why is because, somebody can be trumped up on charges for, aiding and abetting a burglary or, not reporting this or lying to Congress. And, it gets brushed under the rug and no one says anything. But when it comes to this subject and this vile crime against humanity, that's what's going to make people think and say, you know what? Yeah, that person needs to go. And it'll be easier for the public to digest it if they know about this stuff now. If they start learning about it now, look into it. Watch Out of Shadows. Look up human trafficking, child trafficking, all this stuff. Hollywood's Connection. Go to my X page and watch the video that I have on there. They ate the child.
And I've heard stories like that of these rituals where they witness those things, and that's very traumatic to even listen to, let alone believe it. But I started waking up and noticing that those things were happening when Disney stars, like children Disney actors, were, growing up into adulthood. And then they would come out with these allegations, like when they were 13, 14, 15 on a show, and some director or something told them to do something a scene or something that they didn't want to do. And then people like Amanda Baines went full blown crazy, like even her physical appearance, like you couldn't tell something's wrong, or when Bella Thorne, Demi Lovato, like all of these childhood stars, they became drug addicts at one point. They developed mental health issues. And it's like, how does that happen when you have millions of dollars or you've had a successful career? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't think that those things can happen. But I started waking up that everything that was going on in those Disney stuff, with kids, like casting kids, the modeling agencies, it was almost like those agencies were a front for trafficking. And that's 100%. Exactly. It's like, once you grow up, you realize that all these parents were doing this, whether they knew it or not. They were putting their kids in the lion's den. For what? For fame? For money? Like, what?
You know what I saw the other day, and I never thought about it until I saw the tweet. Back when I was in school, and a lot of our viewers were in school in, the 80s, 90s, and I think they did it, I think they're still doing it. But wasn't there like this one company that would come in every year and take portraits of every child in the schools across America?
Yo, I never even thought about it like that.
I never did either until I saw that, and I was like, holy crap. They have a photo database of every child from when they were in kindergarten to 12th grade.
Wow, yeah, I've never even thought about it like that.
So that's kind of scary, and for us, it was just, we're just taking the yearly pictures. It's our photos this year, Well, they didn't have the internet back in the, 80s and 90s to, prey on people. So they had this. And if I looked at, let me see if I can look it up real quick. And I think the company is called Life Touch. Who owns Life Touch Photography? Let's see what it says. Oh, okay. Life Touch Photography is now owned by Shutterfly. Do you know who owns Shutterfly?
No, I don't. Is it like a social media company or something?
Shutterfly is where they can do all these different types of pictures and everything and put them on. Right. So Shutterfly is owned by a private equity firm, Apollo Global Management. All cash deal, $2.7 billion in 2019, taking the company private. Apollo Global manages the majority owner with District Photo holding a minority stake. Shutterfly merged with Snapfish. Now you got to find out who funds Apollo Global Management.
The web keeps getting bigger, and that gets even.
Apollo Global Management is funded by a diverse base of large institutional investors. Investors like, guess what? Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street.
But you see, that's what happens in a capitalist country, is that these companies are going to start monopolizing the way that they do and buying other companies out. But that's capitalism, is it not? Like,
what they're doing, it's more about what they're doing is they're trying to monopolize everything. You know,
right.
Capitalism is going in and looking at the drink section and having 50 different drinks to choose from. Monopolization of the capitalist society is looking at that same drink section and only having to be able to choose 4 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So these companies, LifeTouch, if you follow, where it goes, it eventually goes back to BlackRock and Vanguard.
So what happens when all roads lead to the same company? Then what?
Then you know where, well, of course you got to follow the money. And then you got to go and investigate what BlackRock and Vanguard, what they're doing, who's funding them, who owns them, and go after their asses, which that is being done right now. So it's just very interesting that when I found this, and I didn't even think about the picture thing, all the kids having their pictures taken,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then to follow it to the point to where BlackRock owns it or has its hands in it.
Yeah, like Lisa says, they own everything, and that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to like think about, is that because we are in a free market and we're capitalists and things like that, who's to stop them from owning everything? Unless Congress makes a law that will stop these companies from doing what they're doing. But I kind of doubt that, because it's not they're doing it.
We got to remember, a lot of these entities, they are deep state operations. They are part of the globalist New World Order. That's what they
stop themselves. They're not going to create a law to stop themselves.
No, they're gonna have to be taken down legally. So, and that's what's being exposed right now. So
hopefully, that's what I hope for.
This whole thing, and it may be we might need to do an emergency episode in the next couple of weeks too. Maybe I do it on a Friday or Saturday night or whenever you get. Because if I see something, I'll reach out to you, like, Ruby, we got to go on real quick.
Didn't Trump say he was going to make an announcement at 9 p.m.? Was that today or tomorrow?
That's tomorrow night. He's addressing the nation. Don't know exactly what it's about, but my guess would be he wants to remind folks, a lot of the good things that have happened this year under his administration. Because they're loving or hating, doesn't matter. There have been some good things that have happened, when it comes to the administration stuff this year. So anyway, so there's that. I wanted to address the Rob Reiner thing and the connection to the human trafficking, child trafficking stuff, tied to the Epstein thing. I wanted to mention that tonight. That was on my brain. The other thing that's on my brain is these false flag attacks. The one in Bondi Beach in Australia, and then the one in Brown University in New Jersey. First thing I want to say about that is you have all these people coming out saying, "Oh, we need more gun control. We need more gun control." Blah 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 blah. Have you looked at the gun controls in Australia, and have you looked at the gun controls in New Jersey? Have you looked at those laws?
Is it illegal in Australia?
Oh yeah. They started collecting people's guns in Australia years ago.
Unless you
So
live like in a very remote area, right? Or something. I think
yeah,
there
I
is
don't know exactly what the rules are and everything, but they have strict gun control in Australia.
right,
Now,
right. Correct.
in that situation, with Australia, if you want if you want the receipts on it, you can go watch last night's episode of the X-22 report. He brought the receipts to where the Australian government knew that this attack was going to happen. They let it happen.
They always do. Oh, and you know, I think there was a post. I think I read this somewhere that said like 99% of all of these things are CIA orchestrated to begin with.
Correct.
So, I mean, I believe that even
And,
with the assassination
and I
with
picked,
Kirk.
yeah, and I picked up on a code word last night that I was like, oh wow, that's a code word. Whenever you see a report that comes out that says this person was known to the police,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
that right there tells you that it's a false flag operation.
Yeah.
That's the code. If they come back and say known to police, and how many times have the shootings happened here in the United States where a couple days later we find out, oh, this person was known to the local police or this person was known to the FBI. They knew about this person. Well, why in the fuck didn't you do anything about it? Because they wanted it to freaking happen.
Well, at least in America, isn't it true? You know, they can't arrest you, or I mean, if you haven't committed any crime yet, then they just have to sit on it until something happens. Not necessarily prevent something from happening, but when something does happen, to respond, right? That's what first responders are. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to try to prevent something unless it was like a threat to somebody's like the president's life or something like that, where they had to arrest people for making threats. That's different. But if something was known and then something happened, I don't think they're going to do anything before it actually happens.
Now, yeah, because we know that the deep state, they've lost control over the narrative. Their schemes are not working. So, like I've said before, the only thing that they had left was chaos and division, and they are in the chaos division phase right now. Because there's going to be a lot set up. And this is another reason why I stepped back a little bit over the last month and a half, because I know we're still in a war. It's not done yet. Yes, we have upper hand in quite a few areas at the moment, but we're still at war. This is going to go to the midterms. The midterms are going to be very, very important this year. And I'm not going to get into that tonight. We'll talk about that when we come back. Because right now Trump does have control over the executive branch, but the Patriots do not have complete control over judicial and legislative branch. So those two branches are not operating under the original Constitution of the United States. They are operating. Yeah. So, but the executive branch has gone back that way. That's why Trump's always saying, rule of law, law and order, because he's upholding the Constitution. So as of right now, the executive branch is doing that. The other two branches are not. So we got to get the right people in those branches that will uphold the United States Constitution. So I'll get into more of that as we go into season 3.
Yeah, definitely, because we gotta talk about that. And I'm glad Lisa just mentioned this, because I do want to add this to our list for season 3 about the Somali problem. And I did see a post that Tim Waltz was involved in that scheme or fraud. I don't know what it is, but I do want to talk about that he was asked to resign because of that whole fraud that they were doing. Was it with Medicare? I'm not sure, or Medicaid, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
We definitely got to talk about that. That's crazy.
Well, one thing that I don't know if folks have looked. I'll touch on that for just a second, because I did hear some stuff about that last night too. When you're in a war and you're having little battles across the battlefield and everything, when you take a certain section of land, what does your team do? What do y'all do? What do we do? we put up a flag, right?
Yes.
We raised the flag at Iwo Jima when we won Iwo Jima. Nations have been doing this.
We reclaim it and we rebuild.
Yeah, this has been done for centuries. Why then did Minnesota at a school? Why was the Somali flag raised at a school in America?
I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah, look that. Let's look that up real quick. Hold on. Somali flag raised at school. Let's see. Somali flag flown outside Vermont school. Oh, it was in Vermont, not Minnesota. Vermont school district. Somali flag flown outside Vermont school. District is receiving. Yeah, it was in Vermont.
A week ago that this was reported.
Yeah. So what that is telling the people is that the Somalis have said, "Hey, we've conquered this little area. Here's our flag." That's what they do. Yeah. It's not this whole feel-good thing. Oh, they're raising a Somali. They're raising. No, this is on another level that people are not paying attention to. So there should be no other flag flying at a school, at a post office, any federal, other than the American flag. So
it's like I don't.
So what we have to remember is. See, this is why we had to go on tonight. I had to give you some food for thought so you can think about this over the next couple of weeks.
It's literally outrageous. It's ridiculous. And you see, this is why when people ask me stupid questions like, well, what does it really mean to be American? This is what it is. This is exactly the same logic, same line of thinking. It's like, this is our country. This is my country. This is not your country. You may have come here and lived here your entire life and you know my language, but this is not your country. So you should know your place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it means, because you wouldn't go to another country and start planting your flag or imposing your culture on them, would you? Absolutely not. You wouldn't.
Hell, there was
that's all I'm saying.
There was a news article, Somali Minnesotans. I can't find it right now, but there was a lady in Minnesota of the Somalian heritage that actually said, we as Somali Minnesotans, she didn't say American Minnesotans or just Minnesotans. She was saying Somali Minnesotans. If you find that interview, check that one out, because she got excoriated for saying what she was saying Somali Minnesotans instead of American or whatever. So what folks have to remember here is this was all part of the globalist New World Order plan. They wanted to blend Western nations. Right. And that's what they've done. And that's what they've done. They've left the borders open. When the borders weren't open, they would have people come in and be installed in different positions, and it would start on a local basis. And it moved its way up all the way to the freaking White House with Obama.
Exactly.
And Biden.
Exactly.
So
because they want to blur the lines. They don't want no borders. They don't want to see color. They want everybody to be the same. It's that communism ideology trickling in, where they want everybody to be looking the same, dressing the same, having the same wage. Exactly. Nobody's higher or better. No class system, no society system, no ranks, no hierarchy, no respect for authority, and the police becomes like a state police type of thing. It's either the government or it's us. No in between, no in the middle. It's just straight up authoritarian at the end of the day.
Yep.
And they don't realize that will never ever exist in America. The idea may exist, but it will never exist in real life in this country.
Oh,
it never will.
It's like them trying to get rid of guns here in the United States. It's not
Never.
going to happen.
Never. It'll never happen.
I agree with the dehydrated nurse said they shouldn't be waving Ukraine flags in Congress either, or Israeli flags either. Period. 100% agree. There should be no other flag.
No flag other than the American flag.
So,
it's so simple.
Yeah, totally agree with that. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on. We don't know exactly what Trump's going to say. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing. I'll watch it just to see what's said. I'm interested to see what happens on the 19th. Bill and Hillary were supposed to testify to Congress like on the 18th and 9th or sometime next week. Or that's been postponed till January now. So don't know exactly what's going on there. But there's a lot going on. So the war is not over. We are in this. We are coming back. We're going to keep you guys informed the best that we can. But yeah, there's a lot of crap going on.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we did the stream at least so that we can have a place to pick up whenever we come back. Maybe like second week of January, maybe, or a third week. Everybody enjoy the holiday season. Spend time with your families, because I'm telling you, it's gonna get hectic. I can already tell. The traffic is insane. The energy in people right now is a little hectic. Because it's like everybody's in a rush, and I hate that rushing feeling. Like I have to get somewhere or be somewhere, and it's because of the holidays. Everybody's trying to rush, and I just don't like that feeling. So I don't want to feel like it's rushed, or if we just don't get to do what we really want to do. Well, like the way we break stuff down, the way we bring stuff up. Even
though from the religion that we came from, I didn't really experience the whole Christmas stuff or whatever. But I was on outside watching outside watching everything, and it just didn't seem to me back in the day that there was all this hustle and bustle and people, freaking out. They got to go here, they got to go there. It just didn't seem as chaotic as it is now. And, people running around, they got to make sure they get the right gift. They got to make sure they got the right amount of food. That all this stuff. And it seems to me that a holiday is supposed to be a time to relax and rejuvenate yourself and things like. But it's kind of like when you go on vacation, you're like, oh man, I need a vacation from a vacation. The holidays get over and people are freaking exhausted. And it's like we did Thanksgiving here, and I enjoyed having everybody over and everything. But I was so busy in the kitchen, and I didn't get a chance to, have meaningful conversations with folks because I was so busy doing other stuff, hosting.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's like I can't juggle everything and then feel like the show is not the way that it used to be. Like it can easily change. And I don't want that to change. I want to come back when everybody's calm and focused, and then we can hit our points the way we really want to. Yeah.
So if you are going to a holiday get together or whatever, thank your host. Thank your host.
And the retail workers and the stores and the cashiers and everybody who's working, because
because it is crazy. So, but
Yeah.
anything in the chat? The myth
A couple.
lasts while women are getting the kid presents and preparing the meals. I'm sorry, I'm Miss Dehydrated Nurse. Let me disagree with you on that one. It just isn't. The men don't get to relax. Not this guy.
No.
I'm out here hoping. I'm like making sure everything tries to stay organized. But yeah, I get your point.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree with Beverly that it's always been like that, but I feel like in this economy, it's more frustrating. Like before, everything used to be affordable. People had time to plan. People actually made time for it, you know. But now everybody's working and not getting paid enough, and everything is so damn expensive that it does feel like an impossible task that you just want to give up because it's just too expensive. It's just too much, and I'm just
I
saying, like, that's the vibes that I'm getting.
hate that people feel obligated to get stuff for people. You know,
Exactly. That's another thing. It's expectations. It's how, status, how people view you, the decorations you get. If it's not up to the standard or whatever. So I could tell that the energy in society is high right now. Like
yeah.
everything's a high vibration right now. And I don't know, for
No.
some reason I can feel that in my body, and it doesn't make me feel good. So I'm like, this is just not right for me. Like everybody should be calm. And then everybody wants to be celebrating Christmas, but nobody wants to talk about Jesus Christ. Like that's exactly what this holiday is for. So it's very fake to me in certain ways, and hypocritical sometimes, because it's like, well, you say you don't believe in it, you don't want to talk about it, but you're gonna celebrate that holiday.
Yep.
It's so weird. So I don't know. It makes me see through people too much. And I can sense things in people most of the time, like if I'm really paying attention, and I don't like that. I don't like it. So,
Well, I want to say that's part of the waking up process as well. When you start, reading vibes and feeling energies, that's part of it. So, yeah, welcome to
exactly.
and it's,
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm actually excited to start getting back on and following up with my stuff and sources and doing my research. Because I want to make sure that I know what the hell's going on. And so don't buy into the false flags with the whole Bondi Beach thing. There's a lot more to that. Was that guy Mossad? Was he CIA? There's a lot there. The Brown University thing, they have not got the investigation off to a good start. It kind of looks like the Charlie Kirk investigation as well. There's too many problems in it. So this is all just noise. This is all noise, because you'll notice every time bad news breaks that goes against the deep state, you have some chaos happen. And then the media jumps on it. The media puts it all over the place to try to bury the news that came out against the deep state. So just keep your heads on a swivel, folks, for the next 3 or 4 weeks until we get back.
Exactly. And take notes, because when you come back here, at least you can share with us something that you may have seen.
Yeah, we want folks to come on camera. We want them to come on camera, share what you got. We want to make this a learning experience for everybody. So
right. So if you found something interesting and you want to talk about that, the Tuesday nights when we come back, that's the time to do it. It's like, that's the time to get into the theory, the conspiracy. That's the time to get into that news and dig into it. Because when we start asking those questions, like if this was a psyop or if it was manufactured, the answer is always going to be yes. For as long as the deep state exists, the answer is always going to be yes. So we don't need to ask those questions anymore. There's other questions that have to be asked because we already know that it is. So we have to skip that. It's like we're already done with kindergarten. We've graduated and we finally realized that everything is manufactured. Now let's get to the meat of the problem.
Exactly.
That's where we're at. So season 3 is not going to be questioning whether or not this is fake. It is fake. But let's get to the real story, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I want season 3 to be. That would be my New Year's UPC goal. And when we bring up these stories, we're going to talk about exactly that. And I don't care if it may seem crazy or unpopular or racist or sexist, because these issues are going to come up and they're going to I'm not saying that you guys are, but people may perceive it as that we're coming across in the wrong angle or taking a harsh stance.
Mhm.
But I'm letting you know right now that I always do that. So that's okay. It's okay if you may think that, because I do it.
Yeah, I still like the guy that came on there and said, "Wow, I thought I was a conspiracy theorist until I started talking to you guys."
Exactly. People are going to start thinking, oh my God, you know, you're crazy or you're going off into a deeper end and I can't follow you there. And that's okay. Nobody's asking you guys to follow us there. But that's the type of passion I have, that I don't really care about that anymore. It's going to get more nasty. It's going to get harder. And it's not our fault. It's the government's fault that they are trickling down this to their citizens. You see, if the government was better, then its society would be better. But since we are run by pedophiles and perverts and degenerates and evil satanic worshipers, you're going to start seeing that reflected in the society. And then you're going to have a few of the good ones like us and everybody in this chat who is awake to that and exposes it. That doesn't make us bad to expose what is truly bad. So don't listen to that noise either, because I know there's a lot of people out there in this community who may still not vibe with us the way that others might, and that might also circle around, you know, like, oh, she said this or he said that, or yeah, da, 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 da. Nobody cares. Just remember that we don't care. Nobody cares. The UPC is gonna start getting more crazier from here. So just be prepared.
It's called the Puerto Rican Spitfire and the Italian Fight for a reason, because we don't.
Exactly. And that's why the song needs to be more edgy. That's why it has to say these things. It has to say, you know, we're not going anywhere. You know, we are what you think we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing to really kind of like hide behind, because we give our true thoughts 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And even Jimmy goes far a deep end that sometimes I can't even go there. I'm like, yo, that sounds crazy. I don't believe that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why this works, is because everybody be going off different directions.
I guess, I guess the only thing that, helps me deal with that when folks say stuff like that, they called me crazy when I said CV was bullcrap. They called me crazy when I was talking about the Fauci. They called me crazy when I said Trump didn't do anything with Russia. They called me crazy about so many things that have been proven true. So when someone says something to me and they're like, yeah, Jimmy, you're crazy on that, I'm like, yeah, well, let's just wait and see what happens. I could be wrong, but track record says that you might find out about that in 6 months. So I don't let it bother me anymore. Call me crazy. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. So that's what season 3 is going to be about. I know there's a couple of people running for office, especially in Florida, and he's been making a couple of ads lately that I'm interested. Like my eye is open, and I'm interested to hear what these people are saying, because that's another pitfall that I don't want to fall into, is that just because a politician is saying the same things we're saying, like everyday normal people, I feel like they're just saying that to get elected and they don't actually believe what they say. So that's another thing that I want to dive into for season 3. I want to start listening to these people a little bit deeper. And if I could interview him, I would invite this politician just like I did with Asan Jordan, and I interviewed him when he was running for office. Unfortunately, he lost, but he was saying a lot of great things, and I still wasn't convinced. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do.
I wasn't convinced with him either. Lisa Sand says she might have to show up with some Irish rebellion. We want folks to come on the stage. We want to have a community vibe going on here where we're all talking about this, because it's important that we all have these conversations and learn from each other. So I definitely want to see more of that. As we've had some good nights where we've had 7, 8 people on the stage at one time. I want to see more of that. I want to see people get engaged, because if you get engaged, then that's going to feed into other people getting engaged and people learning about this stuff. The more knowledge we have going out there, the better it is for everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. And I think we're gonna see more of this Rob Reiner story that you gave earlier. I don't think that's the end of it either. I think that more ugly stuff is gonna come out.
Wait till you see him on the Epstein list.
I mean, you see, it wouldn't surprise me, but I feel like more ugly connections are gonna come up, since you said he was in Hollywood and his own son allegedly murdered him. Like, there's a lot of evil stuff right there in within his own family.
Here's my speculation. Okay, I'm gonna speculate here for a second. What if the son was tired of being crapped on? What if his heroin, drug problems, what if all that was caused by what he went through and he snapped?
Exactly that's what I'm saying. I believe more ugly thing is gonna come out. Like, what if he subjected his own son to what allegedly he went through with his, exactly what happened to him? Or what if he was passing around his own son to these pedophile rings and he became a drug addict? Like, that's not crazy. I mean, it happens all the time, but I think that ugliness is gonna continue to show itself in the coming weeks or days. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, because this is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's really ugly. So
it's gonna get bad. What did JG say? I'm a lefty that snuck into the live stream. I'll get attacked by this group.
JG. you know, we've had lefties on here before. We've had some nice lefties, and we've had some really disrespectful lefties on here, and yet did that change how we treated them on the show? Or have they always been welcomed and even invited back again here? You know what I'm saying? So I love anyone on the political spectrum, as long as they're respectful.
Exactly.
As long as they're respectful and you give us your ideas in a respectful manner, everybody gets along at the end of the day. This is why I don't do parties. I do country over party. As long as we are all American and we understand the true definition of what that is, and we're patriots together, it doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope everyone has a great holiday season. Merry Christmas to those that celebrate it. I hope you have a great New Year. There may be an emergency episode. We're not going to guarantee that, but I might reach out to Ruby and be like, hey, Ruby, we might need to go on for a few minutes. But we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, we'll be back, second or third week of January, you said?
Yeah, definitely. So you can watch the Facebook page, because I can make a post on there saying when the comeback is going to be. I'll definitely keep in touch with you guys, and Jesse's making me laugh saying Merry Kwanzaa. You see, that's another thing that we do on this show. We don't say Happy Holidays or Happy Christmas. We say Merry Christmas. Okay, we say Make America Great Again. Okay, we say America first over here. We say America only on this show. Okay, so that all right, guys, so thank you, Jimmy, for at least hopping on with me and getting this This is the episode. This is the last episode of season 2.
Yeah.
You know, even though it was kind of light, we didn't go too deep. Even though that story was a little out there, that was kind of crazy.
I'm setting it up for future information that's going to be coming out.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and Michelle Price says you guys have to do the episode on the Red Cross. Please write that down because I don't want to forget about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can. That's yeah. Don't just remind me of that. Well, yeah. If you guys want to follow me, go to my. I'm on X. I've tried to log back into Facebook several times. It still says my account's disabled. It actually changes the date. So it was October 2nd. Then they changed it, and at one point it was December 4th. Now it's December 13th. They keep changing the day that my account was disabled, so it doesn't look like I'm coming back to Facebook.
They manually review it, and then the person at Facebook says, "Nah."
So it doesn't look like I'm coming back anytime soon to there. But yeah, X is definitely the place where I'm posting a lot more stuff, and I'm going to be posting some more provocative information there as well. So if you want to go down the rabbit holes with me, come to my X feed and check it out. So,
all right. Well, thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here, for spending time with us. Thank you to Jimmy for coming on here. And hopefully, I know somebody in the comments said, what does Bo think about this? I think that's so cute that they're thinking about Bo. So if he ever wants to join or if he's watching, whatever, we will put the link up again. I'm going to try to make a studio so that the link will always be the same every week. So we don't have to
share
it. But yeah, I can't wait to see you guys.
Episode on UFOs. 12. Jesse ain't got no sense. 12 Gays of Christmas. What the hell?
Jesse.
Took Jimmy. Jesse, you're crazy. All right, guys. Yeah. I'm out. Love you all very much. See y'all in a couple of weeks. Take care. Ruby, Bye. We'll talk soon. Give me those lyrics you want. Give me those lyrics you want.
Oh, yes. Definitely. I might change the entire song. You never know. I might send you some verses.
That's fine. We'll play around with it. We'll play around with it until we get it right.
All right, perfect. Oh, it'll be so perfect for season 3 too. It'll be like a whole new song and everything. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Everyone.
Okay, bye.
Trump, yeah, okay, bury him a legend, yeah, Trump, hey, okay, America's biggest blessing, free speech advocate, packing, never lacking it, I just bought another gun and ain't nobody taking it, gang, okay, the White House going crazy now, MAGA season, tell them liberals they can't break us down, it's up, they know we run it, best believe it now, about to paint the city red, please don't burn it down.